The former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has been freed from a Paris prison less than 3 weeks after being handed a 5-year prison sentence over an alleged electoral funding conspiracy linked to the late Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi regime. However, Sarkozy has been granted conditional release pending his appeals trial. Sarkozy has been granted conditional release pending his appeal trial. It was a Paris court that ruled that Sarkozy could be released while he appeals against his conviction for conspiring to raise funds from Libya. The tribunal said that keeping him behind bars would be an exceptional measure if there were no other ways to protect evidence and witnesses, prevent collusion among defendants, or even avoid flight. The court banned the former president from leaving the French territory and from being in touch with key people, including co-defendants and witnesses in the case. It specifically prohibited Sarkozy from contacting Justice Minister Gérald Darmanin. An appeals trial is now expected to take place later in the year. Upon release, Sarkozy took to Truth Social, saying that the truth will prevail. He thanked those who had sent messages of support and said that he would focus now on the appeals process. Also, during the hearing earlier on Monday to request his release, Sarkozy described his jailing as a nightmare for security reasons. 70-year-old Sarkozy had been held in solitary confinement at a prison in Paris. Responding to Sarkozy's release, French people said that the country's justice system appeared to not treat all citizens equally. Some even said that though people they had expected Sarkozy would be released, they were surprised that it had happened so quick.
It's not because he was president of the Republic. If there's evidence of criminal conspiracy, like any other French citizen, he should go to prison. That's all there is to it. On the contrary, I think he absolutely must be beyond reproach. When you're the head of a state, when millions of people, when millions of fellow citizens have placed their trust in him by electing him, well, I think he has a duty to be irreproachable. That's it.
Not everyone is treated the same way. There are some who, even if they appeal, they remain. Well, it's true that a president in prison isn't exactly the best image, but oh well, good for him, I guess.
The first jailing of a former president in France's history grabbed headlines across the world last month. Sarkozy was sent to prison on 21st of October after he was found guilty in September of criminal conspiracy over efforts by close aides to procure funds for his 2007 presidential bid from late Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi.